All right, black folks, this is a hard truth from a black conservative, but let me tell you, people are tired of y'all. White people are tired of black people. This country, America, is tired of y'all. They have given you chance after chance. They have pumped billions of dollars into affirmative action. They've done the BLM riots. They've cried the golden casket tears for George Floyd. They've been through all of the black propaganda, and white people are tired of you.
Man, shut the fuck up. I hate to see a well-versed, articulate, well-spoken person say stupid shit. You are as ignorant as a box of rocks, and we're finna break this all the way down from then to now. Don't you know that as a slave, there was a law called the anti-literacy law, meaning by law, you was prohibited to learn or to be educated. Nigga. And it wasn't by black people, it was by white people, right? Don't you know as a slave owner, if you was caught teaching a slave how to read and write, you was punishable by fines. But if you was a slave teaching another slave how to read and write, you was punishable by death. So if you knew how to read and write to be educated to in order to compete with society, you was gunned down, hung, dead. Now, if you look at what they did with Nat Turner, right? They found out that Nat Turner knew how to read and write. They didn't kill him. No, they did. They made him go around to all the slave camps and teach Christianity. This is the Willie Lynch letter. Willie Lynch taught slave owners in America, you don't have to beat them. All you have to do is enslave them here. Keep that in mind, because I'm going to come back to that. Then you have a thing called voluntary manumission. What is that? Voluntary manumission is where slave owners would free slaves based off some of the things that they've done. In exchange, they was rewarded freedom. These things were, if you was able to create something that a slave owner could make money from, like an invention. Remember, the real McCoy, Ford, came from Elijah McCoy. Look that up. And a lot of other inventions, right? That was passed on to slave owners in exchange for freedom, which are still to this day, got some of them still rich. To this day, right? So voluntary manumission, one of the things where if you can make a slave rich, or you can make a slave, you can make something where a slave owner can make money off of, you was granted freedom. If you told on other slaves that you knew was about to rebel or about to leave or, break free or try to, break free and get their freedom. If you told on them, so basically we was coerced to be snitches. If you told master what was going on, you was rewarded freedom, along with a couple of other things. Don't you know that slaves couldn't even gather? They couldn't even stand around each other within so many feet without being punished, right? Then you might say, well, what the hell back then has to do with today? It has a lot. Moving right along, the reason why there's no, same thing what Charlie Kirk always talked about was there was no black fathers in the house. Well, don't you know they had a thing called the man in the house law? Meaning if you was a man in a house, whether you was the biological father or not, that woman or that household was not eligible for services like, food stamps or certain amenities, housing, assistance and shit like that. So this shit was coerced to move the man out the house. So now, therefore, he don't have no say-so in that house, and the government becomes the father. So how in the hell can you say there's no black men? And there was other things that aligned with that, the music, the TV shows. So we saw these examples of that, and it was embedded in us. Even on the Jeffersons, not the Jeffersons, on Good Times, Florida Evans said they did not want a black father on that show. And she said if they weren't going to have a black father on that show, she wasn't doing it. Why is a Jewish writer, right? Norman Lear, supposedly the writer, which he really wasn't the writer for none of them shows. He just took credit for the shit like all the rest of them do. Why would he want to write about black people not having a father in the home? Because they benefit from this narrative, okay? A narrative that's so powerful that most people don't understand. You know why? Because like we just said, what does slavery back then has to do with today? Slavery went from private to public, meaning anybody can be a slave when it comes to the prison system. But not only that, they don't have to enslave you physically anymore because they enslave your fucking mind. They don't have to stand over you with guns and horses and whips. You enslaved right here, bro. Just the dumb shit homie said in the beginning of this video I just showed y'all shows you how locked in box we are as a people. The illusion of freedom today. You think because you don't see prison bars and you don't see guards and all this shit, you think you free. Nigga, you are only free within the circumference of the freedom they give you. Do you understand what that means? Meaning you can't go too far left and you can't go too far right. Within this circumference of what we allow you to do, you can do what you want to do. But outside of that, nigga, hell no. And then you might say again, what does slavery got to do with today? Nigga, can you catch up with 400 years? Fuck no. Which means no matter how much money you have, you will always be a slave to them financially. Let's break that shit down. Okay? Okay, let's say fast forward to today. You cannot catch up with 400 years of companies and businesses, right? Established business over 400 motherfucking years. You cannot catch up with them. So let's say you're a billionaire. Because most people gonna say, well, today we could do what we want to do. We could do this. Let's break this shit down. Say you're a billionaire. No matter how much money you got, you're gonna always spend money with them because you don't own shit and black people don't own shit. We don't uplift black people enough or put black people in the position to be where we can spend money with each other because all this shit is about financial foundation. Every other motherfucking culture spend money with each other except for us. When everybody else do it, it's business. When we do it, it's racist. So think about that for a second, Mr. Billionaire or millionaire. Everything you buy for your company, it ain't coming out of black pockets or black businesses. So therefore, you're going to always be at the mercy and sucking on the pecker of their businesses. Do you understand that? Because if we had black people in position, we could spend money with each other just as every other culture does, right? Because they don't spend money with your black ass. You spend money with them. You're empowering them from a financial standpoint, even though you're a billionaire, even though you're a millionaire. So you must understand the importance of consolidation when it comes to black people. Oh, we tired of black people. How are you going to be tired of black people when these same people, and we talking about they've done it to all of us at some point, no matter what color you are, but we're speaking about black people right now. When you say these people are tired of black people, how? When you pretty much brought us, we went from the day we came into this world, we was put and plugged to a system we had nothing to do with. They stripped us of our culture, replaced us with some bullshit religion, right? Because that's religion throws logic out the window. When it comes to religion, niggas ain't even thinking fair. Because God, how could you serve the same God that your slave owner served? How? Whose prayers are being answered? So when you say what you say, make it make sense. Oh, today's you could do what you want to do. Today ain't like it used to be. We all have equal equality. Bullshit. There's so many examples of this shit being unequal, right? But like they say, when you sit in shit so long, it stops smelling. We've been like this for so long. This shit has become our primary way of living. We okay with getting short end of the stick and getting shitted on. We're okay with that. And when it comes to education, oh man, you can go to school, get an education, do that. But fuck, let me explain something to you. No matter what you go to school for as a black man, you're always going to leave that college with the education to come out here and build up their empire. Nothing you do in school comes back to build up black liberation. But you can't think about that because you're a fucking mental slave. You don't know no better. You just going to school, you so happy. I got my masters and I got all this masters. Why you think they call it masters? Words and labels. Ain't shit you doing gonna liberate black people. Because like I say, no matter if you become billionaire, there's not enough black people to consolidate with that has businesses so we can keep the money flowing amongst each other as other cultures do. Now, the Indians have surpassed white people when it comes to finances. They played the background. They stuck together and they surpassed whites. Bro, you must understand, this system is not designed for black people, right, to thrive. Because the thriving that you think is thriving is an illusion, Mr. Millionaire, billionaire. Once you become in a position where you can own some shit, until then you can't change nothing. You're gonna be at their mercy until we own our own Hollywood, where we can paint perceptions in the minds of the people, right? Versus them telling our story for us, their way. Until we own our own chains of grocery stores. And even then, we're going to have to fight to own our own farms. And even then, we're going to have to fight to plant original seeds that God put here, not GMOs. Why do you think they go so to the beginning of the process? Let's say you got farms and they ran by all black people, but the seeds are coming from Monsanto. You still fucked. They took the seeds out the plant so that you have to go to them in order to buy the seeds, because if the seeds grew in the plants, you wouldn't need them. And not only that, they got laws prohibiting you on God's land that was put here for all of us. These same motherfuckers got laws that puts up so much red tape that protects them. Remember, this is their society. Not one preacher can build a church without getting their consent. So even the preacher man has an authority to answer to, and it ain't black people. We are so heavily promoted and marketed as failed people. Women ain't shit. Our men ain't shit. Why are they marketing this to the world? Because once they train us, we ain't shit. They also train in other cultures and other countries that black people ain't shit. This is a conditioning through programming. Even you, the person I just showed y'all in the beginning of this video, even he programmed to think and say the dumb shit he said. White people are tired of us, this and that. Well, when you're raising a killer and he turn around and kill, who you blame? You really think we raised ourselves? This is what programming does. It makes you think, or it creates the illusion that this is all on you. Well, my friend, you must know what neuroscience is, and what neuroscientists is. How they could literally, how they could psychologically fuck you up, promote things to you through frequencies. Like this is proven documents you can go look up. When you go to these theaters, how they sneak frequencies in, and it'll shut down one side of your brain and open up the other side. That ain't even, bro, it's so many ways these people attack us. Simply because they educate us. And again, they'll never put us in a position to go to their schools or these fucked up ass public schools and teach us everything we need to know to overthrow them. Everything that they're doing is strategic. This shit is going according to plan. I keep telling y'all this shit. So when I see dumb shit like this, oh, white people tired of black people and this and that, why is that got to be the topic of the narrative? Like, why is that the narrative? Who created that? Who came up with that? But when you see this shit for what it is, you know there's inequality. You know black folks get the shorter end of the stick. Don't nobody want to be a black man. The black man is at the bottom of the totem pole. And before you say, oh, that's y'all fault, y'all got y'all stuff like that. Let's take a group of people, put them in our world. Let's take away their culture. Let's take away their religion. Let's teach them literally nothing, right? Show them every example known to man that they're little to none when it comes to other cultures. We've all seen it from a child to being a grown man. In court, blacks wanted to go into court for the same crimes as other cultures and getting getting punished way more, to the point we don't trust each other. They've taught us how to self-destruct. And people think that's just on us. This is a receiver. I did not put what's in my head. They did. I just knew in my soul and in my DNA something wasn't right. I'm one of them chosen ones, homie. You're going to have a lot of people that's just going to go by this script. They ain't going to question this shit, and they going to die. Ever since a child, I didn't even like the church windows. I knew I just always knew something wasn't right. Our auntie made us go to Sunday school. I just always felt something went right. And remember, nothing till today works. So let me take y'all and let me take this group of people and let me fool the shit out of them. Let me tell them what I want them to know and hide all the real information. Get them little to nothing. Get them, put drugs out on the streets. You know, create child support for them. You know, blow up artists that can sing about this shit. Because music is one of the biggest ways they seduce us. So when I do all this same shit to them as black folks as shit has been done to black, of course, nigga. Of course. What you think? There's no equality when it comes to this shit. If you think it is, then you are something is mentally wrong with you, bro. We just calling this shit what it is. I just hate to see black people, well-versed, very articulate, say the dumbest shit out their mouth. White people tired of black people. But like I say, you know, this shit gonna go over a lot of people's head because of the illusion of freedom or choice or whatever the case may be. Even through all these examples of people can get a gun before they can get a job. People can get drugs before they can get a job, and it's their fault. I don't know nobody that can make meth or fentanyl or cocaine. That shit being dropped on us. And when we get out there and use it, because they promote stress, and when you are stressed, they promote stress in ways you don't understand. That's a whole nother video. They can stress you just by the shit they show you on TV, on the shit you hear on the radio, through frequencies, entertainment. And when you're stressed, you put your body in a fight or flight mode. All your blood rushes to the bottom of your body, and it compromises your immune system. And this is where a lot of sickness comes from. Every industry that you know has been compromised by these same people. And we are the victims. And what the victims do when they can't see the motherfucker who's doing this to us all, when you can't see who's really doing it because real power, you can't see it, we start blaming each other. Pointing finger, because I can see you. But we can't see who's doing this to all of us, but I can see you. So I'm going to come to you with this shit. And you going to come to me with this shit. Honestly, man, I hate going down this rabbit hole because it's way more complex than what the average person could even comprehend or want to understand. Just know, we're not like this for nothing, bro. We're not dumb people, stupid people. We just programmed people. If they can program a fucking dog to roll over and bark, if they can program you to hate yourself, then they can program you to love yourself. And remember this, anything that you create, you can destroy. So I say this again, shut the hell up. Stop talking about what you just said about white people tired of black people and all this shit. Bro, as a black man, you sound dumb as hell to say some stupid shit like that. People act as if black people want to be like this. People act as if this is something black people just chose and say, yeah, I just want to be stupid. I want to shoot and kill each other. I want to do all this. We're programmed to do this shit, bro. Because that's all we see. Because that's all they show us. That's it. So if you can understand that, man, then you get it. But like I say, I understand that most people ain't gonna understand. And that alone lets me know I'm not gonna argue with nobody. Because I too once was ignorant and didn't know shit until I had to realize through all this, you know, through all this promoting us in so many different ways to be who we are, people really have a problem when we become that. You put us in the motherfucking news like we ain't shit. You put us in TV like we ain't shit. You the same way you distribute rap music, talking about shooting and killing, you could distribute music where people say they love and do all. They don't do that because they don't benefit from it. They are the ones that own everything. If you get sick from food, it's because of them. Now you may say you choose to go that illusion of choice shit again. Yeah, there's a few people strong enough to say I ain't eating that, but not enough people. So at the end of the day, they put all these chemicals in these foods. They push the narrative of what religion that they want to give us and hide all the real knowledge. Like I say, man, y'all figure that out, man. It's your boy Popped Up. It's all love. Put your comments on the bottom of this video. Say how you feel. But just know, we're not stupid people. We're just programmed people. That's it.